All right, let's get started with the reading for Pisces for the month of July. Pisces, last month I said you were feeling like you were a bit of a juggling act, and that perhaps mid-month a few childhood hang-ups might rear their ugly little head. Hopefully you've sorted that out. I also said that you might be working in a team but feeling like you're doing everything on your own, working solo, so you'll need a bit of patience. So let's see if that got resolved from the month of June and what's going to happen for you in July. Now, this month's readings, I'm reading from a yoga retreat. I live in Sydney, and the yoga retreat that I'm at is in the Royal National Park. It's practices Ayurvedic and ancient Indian teachings and practices. It's fully vegan, and they study the Gita, Bhagavad Gita. I always say it wrong, so I try not to say it. Anyway, these cards were gifted to me a couple of months ago, and as soon as I saw them, I thought of this place. I thought, must get back there, but also I thought, I can take these cards with me, use them as instigators for my readings, and then hopefully I will leave them with one of the volunteers here. Kind of operates like an ashram. People come here to study the teachings, to practice yoga, and in their service they volunteer at this retreat. All right. Okay. I'm going to take these two. We've got Best of Yogis, and as you can see, there's lots of different yogis from different eras and times. And this card says, of all yogis, the one who is filled with faith, his entire being given over to me, is the most intimately united with me and is the best of all. So it's basically saying anyone who offers up their faith and is in faith with the higher being is the most in unity with that being. And the next card is Leadership. Quite an interesting card, some lovely deities here. And in Leadership it says, whatever a great man does, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So I suppose that kind of gets back to that old saying, good words, good actions lead to examples. There's another way of saying that, but anyway. So common men will follow great ideas, especially if those ideas are exemplary. And a classic example would be yoga. All right, so let's have a look, Pisces. See what's happening for you for the month of July. Using the numerical cards that I designed and using the numerology spread that I designed to go with these cards. Let's do one more shuffle and see what's in store for Pisces for July. Okay, where's your head at? Your body. And the root of it. Head at. Body. And the root of it. Lots of similar cards. Where your head at, your body, and the root of it. Okie dokie. So Pisces, at the beginning of the month sees you reflecting and looking forward. You feel quite strong and in your convictions, feel quite strong in your lifestyle and how you're feeling. Just feel pretty overall good and energetic and powerful. It is a time of reflection. You've got 2 8s here, and you've got sort of a lot of greens. So feeling reflective, looking at your wins, feeling the strength of that success, but you're also looking forward, what will come next, pondering on the past, pondering on the future, and enjoying this period of time. So the first part of the month will feel quite good. The second part of the month, the middle of the month, you feel like you're having to rise above some turbulent waves, maybe pursuing something else or getting yourself out of a bit of strife or a bit of meh. And that's because you're generally feeling a little oppressed. So, and that oppression might come from the fact that you've got the High Priestess down here. She's quite mysterious and unknown. She's not showing you her cards, so to speak. She's not showing you her hand. She's got it under wraps, and if you look closely at this card, there's lots of eyes. They're kind of her little witches group, her coven. So, and if we look at the number 5, we've got freedom, adaptability, diversity, and movement. Well, you're obviously feeling stymied by that, but when we move to the end of the month, I feel like you can leap forward a bit more. You feel like there's much more opportunity for you. So, beginning of the month, reflective, thoughtful, strong. The middle of the month, feeling a little bit turbulent, feeling a little unsure, feeling a little repressed or oppressed, and it's because of this unforeseen forces. Moving to the middle of the month, you're coming out okay, you're feeling pretty good, you're climbing out on top. You've got the 8 here, that's a nice card, and an 8 here, and 8s are about abundance, achievement, business, and authority. So I really feel like at the end of the month, your skill set's really showing you off in the best possible way, and you are climbing up and achieving your goals and moving forward. So quite nice and simple. Okay, let's have a look at what the Rider-Waite-Smith deck wants to do for clarification. Might go for a cross and down, just because I want to get a bit more about that middle of the month for you. Beginning and ending look all right. Maybe if I can do that, I'll give a bit more clarity for you. Okay. Clarity for Pisces for July. Okay. So after a period of time, maybe from last month, you feel like you had to, that juggling act may have felt you feeling like you'd even dropped some swords, but you've picked them up, you're the victor, and you're perhaps contemplating on your wins and successes. It's a 5, and that links up to here, the Devil. So maybe this feeling of oppression is in your own mental state. The Devil can represent addictions or toxic behaviors of yourself or others. So perhaps your own toxicity is bringing you down, or maybe just in your headspace you're feeling a little oppressed. But if we go down to the middle, it's quite all right. You've got the King of Pentacles. There's this level of abundance and maturity, and perhaps this sort of overall perspective you're getting on the waves will give you that bigger perspective. The outcome of the month is feeling quite good. There is balance and justice. You are attaining what you want to attain. And again, we've got the number 11, which adds to 2. So, and also down here on the High Priestess, the Page of Cups. You know, this could represent a young person or a love interest, but I would suggest it's more about that sort of mystery of the fish in the cup. It's about that new beginning, that new cycle. It's definitely a new cycle kind of stuff. You've got some higher number cards, but a lot of the cards are middle of the cycle. So I would definitely suggest that middle of the month, maybe this is your headspace, because this is where your head's at. Maybe it's all in your head, and maybe you don't have to stress so much because you do have that strength. There might be a man that comes in, or a masculine person, a strong person that comes in and helps give you some sense of security, but I don't think that's necessarily what this is about. I really do think that you've been through a bit, you've reflected on it, you're stronger for it, you're ready to move forward. There's still some elements of messing with your own head, or things messing with your head, but ultimately you are in the right place at the right time. This sort of emotional kind of upbringing, there might be sort of a new or mysterious kind of emotional element coming in, a surprise left of field, but I think it's more to do with your psyche. This is red for emotions, blue for the psychic master, the visionary master. So perhaps it's more, this is in your head space. So you've been through a bit, you're a bit up in your head, but don't worry, you're okay, and it'll all come out in the wash and will be balanced. You're anchored in, you know, with this climbing up card, the climb, you're anchored in quite tightly. You know, you just got to get over that precipice, I don't know, whatever the word is, and step into the next phase. So, and you've got all greens here too, so it's like the creativity is evolving, the creative master, the master builder. So you're building a legacy maybe for yourself, but you just got to get out of your negative headspace. Maybe be open up to a bit of frivolity, a bit of unknown fun, and then you'll see your just desserts. Right, it seems pretty succinct. I feel like I haven't addressed it for you, but let's go back to this. If we talk about leadership, how can you lead? Well, we've got a king here. He's a leader. Justice is a leader of society. So whatever a great man does, common men follow. So perhaps you need to think of yourself more as the potent and potential leader. You know, you've risen, you've taken yourself up here, but for some reason here you've got your head in chains. So perhaps you are preventing yourself from being the true leader that you can be, because you're refusing to be whimsical and look in that cup and see something new, something, it's not fishy, something left of field, something that you weren't expecting. But yeah, definitely this is you in your headspace, or something that you're doing to you, because you're feeling quite strong, then you let it get the better of you, and then you're ready to launch again. So don't let this weigh you down too much. Think about yourself as a leader moving forward and setting examples for the young and old that will follow you, and trust in the fact that justice will eventuate, that you do have the skill set and the mindset and mind to climb up and achieve. I think that's pretty good for you, Pisces. So enjoy July. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't let things prevent you from seeing yourself in the bigger picture way that you can.